IRDAI has come out with this interesting move where they have restricted or actually removed the age restrictions on health insurance products, and this will be effective from the 1st of April. Now, to discuss the impact of this, we have Amit Chhabra, the Chief Business Officer of Health Insurance Segment from policybazaar.com. Sir, firstly, we want to understand this move that IRDAI has come out with where they have removed the age restriction on health insurance products. Do you expect this move to lead to higher volumes for the company, higher sales volume for the company on their website for Policy Bazaar?
Sure. See, there were always. So let me just explain the regulation, for everybody's reference. See, there were always products available for senior citizens. However, there was no guidance as such that every product has to be available for all ages. So what this does is, and then there was a common belief amongst a lot of senior citizens that I am 60, 70-year-old, now I cannot get a health insurance policy. So there was that common misconception that was always there. What this regulation essentially says, in simple words, it says that now there is no common age limit and all products have to be offered to all the consumers. So what this means is now as a senior citizen, let's say if somebody is 70-year-old, 80-year-old, they essentially can get all the health insurance plans that are available in the market. That said, let me also clarify one more thing, that the underwriting guidelines of the insurers will still apply. So if let's say somebody has some grave pre-existing diseases, they may not still be able to get a health insurance policy, or the insurance company may decide to offer only a specific type of plan. So that is still there. But largely it is a positive move because I think, if you look at the macro picture, India is still, severely underinsured. Social security is still not great. So I think from that angle, senior citizens do need health insurance options, and this guideline essentially, encourages insurance companies to offer more and more plans to senior citizens. And it also brings in more awareness for senior citizens now that, at any age, you can get health insurance plans and various options of health insurance plans. So largely a positive move in the direction of getting more and more insurance options for senior citizens.
Yes, we understand that awareness will improve, penetration will increase, but what does it do to the volumes for Policy Bazaar here, given the fact that now more people could come in and get this insurance? What is that? How much uptick of an volume do you expect because of this move coming in?
See, difficult to put a number to it. We'll see how it plays out. But I think for Policy Bazaar and for the industry overall, I think it will only lead to more and more senior citizens coming into, coming under the ambit of voluntary health insurance. Yeah, difficult to put a number exactly, but it will definitely help. I don't know what that exact impact could be, but see, there are two aspects. One, when we look at senior citizens, the average ticket sizes of these health insurance policies are typically quite high. So, just to give you a simple example, a 10 lakh rupee sum insured policy for a senior citizen, two adult senior citizen couple could be costing as much as 1 lakh 20,000 rupees as well. This is about 4 to 5 times what the cost is for a 30-year-old couple, let's say. So from that sense, obviously it brings in a lot of volumes. The ticket sizes are higher, and also these are largely profitable segments for the insurance companies also because the premium per life is also high. So from that sense, I think across one, it brings in more volume. Also, it brings in a profitable segment under the ambit of insurance. So from both the aspects, it benefits the insurance industry overall.
If you could just share with us in your product mix, how much does health insurance contribute currently?
So I won't be able to comment on on specifics right now because we are in the silent period. So I would just let that question pass for now.
Hi Amit, this is Cheryl also joining in the conversation, and just to understand, like you said, that yes, it's overall a positive move given the fact the age barrier is taken off, but yes, they will definitely keep in mind the overall health of the person who is likely to be insured if it's a senior citizen primarily. But let me just touch upon the pricing part of it. Do you think now the new products that will come in, given the fact this restriction has been taken off, now the price premium, it will require additional price premium to cover the associated risk? Are you witnessing or are there any murmurs in the industry of a price hike in the health insurance segment as a whole in order to blend in this sort of a norm?
See, specifically because of this senior citizen regulation that has come in, we don't see a price increase. I'll tell you why. Because see, health insurance policies that are even sold today are lifelong renewable. What that means is that today, as a 30-year-old, if I buy a policy, then that policy is anyways renewable till 100 years, or till whenever I live. So the pricing is already baked in for that. So I don't see a specific price increase because of this. But what might happen is, there are a couple of other changes that have also happened. So one, what the regulation says is that the pre-existing ailment waiting period, this will now have to be maximum 3 years. It cannot be 4 years. So that does lead to a certain price increase, because earlier a lot of plans had a 4-year waiting period, and now this may lead to more claims. So the pricing will go up a certain bit. There is also a guideline that has come around moratorium period, which basically says that if a customer has spent more than 5 years under the ambit of health insurance, then a claim cannot be denied even if there's a non-disclosure. So these two will lead to a certain price increase. Tough to comment what exactly that increase will be, but yes, there will be a bit of an increase. That we do foresee. But because of the senior citizen category change, actually, we don't see any specific price increase. And I'll just take a minute here also to talk about premiums for senior citizens. I feel these are at times this is misinterpreted. See, there are today plans available for senior citizens which cost as less as 20,000 rupees for a year as well. And there are plans which cost up to 70, 80,000 rupees per year also. So the pricing is a function of, what kind of plans one is buying, what are the features, what are the limitations, is there a co-payment in the plan or not, what is the room rent capping, etc. So as such, if you look at it, there are cheaper and expensive plans both available for a consumer, and pricing does get misinterpreted a bit. See, one has to also understand that in senior citizens, chances of a claim coming is much higher compared to a younger consumer, so the pricing will be high. So yeah, but plans are available which are quite low cost as well for senior citizens.
Actually, Amit, just to get that to get the pricing front clarified, you said based on this particular move that has happened, you don't see a price hike coming in for insurance, but otherwise you are likely to see a small uptick in the premium pricing
So
for
there
the health
might,
insurance.
yes, so there might be, because of the two other guidelines that have come. One is the pre-existing disease waiting period, which was earlier allowed up to 4 years, has now become maximum 3 years. So now that will lead to a certain price increase, because now pre-existing diseases will be covered sooner than later earlier. So obviously, you have to price for that, because this will mean more claims coming in. And the second is the moratorium clause, which was earlier 8 years. Now it's brought down to 5 years. So again, there will be a certain claim impact of that, and that will have to be eventually factored into the price. But again, as I said, early days, this has just come in. It's not really gone live as yet. This will go live in early June. So that's when we'll have more clarity on what is the price hike. But I don't see a massive price increase for sure. Our belief is that even if there is a price increase, it will largely be in single digits. So nothing changes massively for the customers.
June is basically the time then we should again touch base with you, Amit, and hopefully you will not be in sort of a silent period, so we can talk more about what does this mean for Policy Bazaar. But last question that I wanted to ask you, one is about the non-life insurance penetration in India is pretty low, isn't it? But given this move now, do you think the regulator is aiming to move up the ladder? What's your outlook when it comes to the non-life insurance segment as a whole going ahead?
Oh, I think the regulator has done some really transformational stuff. If you look at the vision overall, the vision is by 2047, everybody should have insurance. So I think if you look at the last 2 years, a lot of stuff has happened. Starting from creating more awareness about insurance, and specifically protection. So when it comes to health and term, these are the two large protection insurance policies that are there. So a lot of steps have gone around. One is almost democratizing the way new products can be launched. So earlier there was a long approval process. Now insurance companies can on the fly launch new products. There's a lot of stuff happening around standardization of products. That's so products that easily available to consumers. Bima Sugam is coming up. There's a lot of talk around that also. So I think the penetration is only expected to go up. That is part one from a regulation point. Also, I think the other important part is, as more and more digitization happens, so the awareness has gone up, and we see that in say how the searches for insurance are increasing. we are seeing more and more people coming in from smaller towns and cities looking to buy insurance than it was ever the case, and the number is increasing quite dramatically. So I think as we call the Bharat, wakes up towards insurance and starts buying more and more voluntary insurance, I think protection will only go up. And I think the vision that, as I said, by 2047, I think largely India will have insurance. It's today, significantly skewed towards the larger cities. I think as we go forward in the next few years, this will significantly move towards the smaller towns and cities, and the penetration will definitely go up.
Well, thank you, Amit, for explaining that and breaking that to us.
If you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to ET Now.